told you, there's no guarantee on anything.
At Seth Wadley Ford, you get my promise of oil changes and engines for life. All the time with no smoke show.
Seth Wadley.
Join millions who trust Rumble's top live streaming personalities to break down the news that matters in real time. Catch the full video replay on demand with zero censorship. Download the Rumble app from your Apple Play or Google Play Store. Choose Rumble.com today. Sponsored by Rumble.
Smokehouse Social, where the barbecue's hot, the games bring the heat, and the vibes are undefeated. We're serving meat that falls off the bone, sides big enough for your whole crew, and cocktails worth flexing for. Want to play? Hit up our sports simulators. 25-plus games from golf and football to trap shooting, even croquet if that's your thing. Find us at the Boardwalk, just across from O'Connor Resort. Smokehouse Social. Eat, play, repeat. Reserve your spot at smokehouseokc.com.
All plus minus. Aaron Neesmith knocked down 4 3-pointers, scored 5 buckets total for 14 points. He had 4 rebounds, was -8. Benedict Mathurin, 14 points off the bench. That's because he got to the foul line 7 times, converting 5 of those. He was -9 in the raw plus minus. TJ McConnell scored 11 points off the bench. He doled out 6 assists, tying Halliburton for team high honors. Also had 2 steals with 3 rebounds. He was -6 overall. Obi Toppin scored just 3 in Game 2 after busting out for 17 in Game 1, including 5 3-pointers, 1 of 5 on threes, 1 of 8 from the field in Game 2. Thomas Bryant scored 1 point in 12 reserve minutes. Ben Shepherd scored on a 3 late. He scored 3 points total, -8 in the raw plus minus. Rookie Johnny Furphy got in for 4 scoreless minutes, and James Johnson played the final 3 minutes in which he made 1 bucket, scored 2 points. Pacers limited to 45% shooting in this game, 37 of 82. They got up as many shots as the Thunder after surrendering 16 more shots in Game 1, a game that saw them come back from 15 down to win by 1. Indiana 14 of 40 on 3-pointers, 35% tonight. 19 of 26 foul shooting, 73%. Lost the rebounding battle after winning in Game 1 by 17. They fall by 8 tonight, 43-35 to the Thunder. OKC got 11 offensive rebounds in this game to 7 for the Pacers. 27 Pacer assists, 9 steals, 6 block shots. They protected the ball better with 15 turnovers for 14 Thunder points. OKC led by SGA with 34, including 11 of 21 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3, 11 of 12 foul shooting, grabbed 5 rebounds with 8 assists, 4 steals and a block. Shea logged 36 minutes in which he was +5. Chet Holmgren scored 11 of his 15 points in the opening half. He had 6 boards, 1 assist, 1 block, 6 of 11 shooting, 1 of 3 on threes, 2 of 2 at the line. He was +4 in 28 minutes. J-Dub, 19 points, including 8 of 9 foul shooting, 5 of 14 from the floor, 5 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, +5. 4 points generated by Cason Wallace in his second straight start. Also had 2 steals, a block shot, with 1 assist, 3 rebounds in 23 minutes. He was +12. Lou Dort logged 26 foul-plagued minutes in Game 2, had 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Off the bench, Alex Caruso matched his playoff career high with 20. That included 6 of 11 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3, knocked down all 4 of his free throws, had 3 rebounds with 1 assist. He was +6. Isaiah Hartenstein, a big game with 3 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Logged 22 minutes in which he was +17. How about Aaron Wiggins' line overall? 18 points, 6 of 11 shooting, 5 of 8 from 3, 1 of 2 at the line, had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, +24. The best player by that metric in Game 2, logging 21 minutes. 2 points generated by Isaiah Joe. He did that in 6.5 game minutes, had a rebound on the night. Kenrich Williams was +15 in this game in 8 minutes of playing time. Missed the only shot he took, but he had 4 rebounds, including 2 offensively, with 2 assists and 1 block shot. 2 points generated by A.J. Mitchell late. He logged 3 minutes. Jay Will knocked down a 3-pointer in his 2.5 minutes of playing time. Dylan Jones and Ousmane Dieng scoreless. Thunder a solid 49% field goal shooting in Game 2, 40 of 82, 14 of 36 on threes, 39%. Coming into this one, their previous 3 games saw them making 40+% on threes, nearly 40% in Game 2, and they matched the Pacers after being down by 7 made threes in Game 1, a loss, even at 14 threes tonight. 29 of 33 foul shooting by the Thunder, outstanding there, 88%. Won the rebounding battle 43-35 with 11 coming offensively. 25 Thunder assists in this game, nearly double what they generated in Game 1 with 13. They came away with 10 steals, 4 block shots, 14 turnovers, accounting for 17 Pacer points. Thunder in the paint won for the second straight time in this series, 42-34. Second chance points to Indiana by 1, as it was in Game 1, 10-9. And on the break, the Pacers had 9 fast break tallies. Thunder can live with that. OKC had 4, 1 of 6 in transition. 6 lead changes, 1 tie in this game. The Pacers had their largest lead of this series, 3. Thunder led by as many as 23, and they win it decisively 123-107. So now the scene shifts to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Pacers have been solid at home during the playoffs, but not as good at home as they've been on the road for whatever reason. They're now 7-3 away from home, 6-2 at home. Thunder will have their work cut out for them. Won during the regular season in Indy, 120-114 the day after Christmas, a game that did not have Alex Caruso participating for the Thunder. We'll see if they can summon the resolve to reclaim home court advantage by going into Indy and winning Game 3. That'll be an 8:30 Central. Check that, a 7:30 Central start time, Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. That means on the flagship station, 98.1 FM, WWLS. The Sports Animal will get it going at 6 with pregame coverage. On the network, pregame time 7 for the Thunder and the Pacers. Whoever wins that game goes up 2-1 in this series. That's even at 1 apiece. 111-110 Pacers with drama, and the Halliburton game winner with 0.3 of a second to play in Game 1 at Paycom Center. Tonight, Thunder respond, win it big, 123-107 over Indiana. Can't wait for Wednesday. Hopefully you'll make plans to join us then. For our statistician, Daniel Matthews, our producer on site, and our engineer on site, Robert Mueller, Cisco, we appreciate his efforts tonight. Producer of Thunder Basketball is Josh Lee, assisted by Preston Poole. This is Matt Pinto bidding you a good night from downtown Oklahoma City. Stay weather aware and safe as you're driving home if you were here tonight. If you're out and about tonight, please pay attention to what's going on. Storms definitely active in the state of Oklahoma tonight. But the Thunder provide the thunderstorm that fans of this team were looking for, rallying to rout the Pacers 123-107 to even the series at 1 apiece. Back with you on Wednesday. Until then, our post-game show gets going with Gideon and Matt next. Stay tuned for that. This is Thunder Basketball.
Concert information.
I got stolen by the grave.
Crowder, Grace and Glory Tour. Featuring Crowder. Sunday night, October 26th in Oklahoma City at Paycom Center.
Looks like somebody prayed.
With special guest Passion Music, Louis Giglio, plus Carrie Job Carnes and Cody Carnes. Tickets and info available at awakeningfoundation.com. Crowder, Grace and Glory Tour. Presented by the Awakening Foundation, a nonprofit organization.
Riverwind is bringing the heat this June at OKC's favorite casino.
So get the party started with the hottest jackpots in town.
Book a stay at our hotel for a weekend of fun with friends.
Win like an all-star on your go-to games.
Grab a bite and a bev at one of our fabulous eateries.
Go for gold with your wild card and play for your chance at $80,000 in our Sunshine Riches giveaway.
For the best summer yet and unforgettable good times, make it Riverwind.
Taco Bueno is the official taco of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we've got a win for your taste buds. We're celebrating every Thunder playoff game with a free taco the day after. That's right, a free taco. Just mention your Thunder taco and enjoy a crispy beef or soft taco on us. No coupon necessary. It's our way of saying thanks for cheering loudly. Celebrate the playoffs the Bueno way. Only at Taco Bueno.
Whether watching your favorite team play or getting through the day, clear vision is important. For 50 years, the doctors at the nationally ranked Dean McGee Eye Institute have been committed to helping Oklahomans achieve their best possible vision. From regular eye exams to LASIK to cataract surgery, Dean McGee is the one source for all your eye care needs. So let the professional eye care provider of the OKC Thunder help you see more clearly. For an appointment at one of Dean McGee's 5 locations, visit dmei.org. Dean McGee Eye Institute. Vision for life.
Hey, welcome back to the Oklahoma City Thunder postgame show. Gideon Hamilton, Matt Ravis at Lively Beerworks Tap Room. We'll tell you more about Lively coming up in just a moment. We will also hear from the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mark Daignault is preparing to give his postgame remarks, and he's sitting down right now. Let's go ahead and listen in to Mark with the media.
Thought there were a lot of things tonight that we were just like a little better in. And more comfortable, and that was on both ends of the floor. I just thought the guys did a good job of just improving, which is important going from game 1 to game 2.
Joel on the right.
Joel Lorenzi to Oklahoma. Mark, I just wonder what it feels like against Indiana when you're operating in that sort of 15-point to 20-point lead, and what you felt was different about the middle quarters of tonight compared to game 1.
I just think you have to understand against them because of the pace and because of the three-point shooting. There's a variance element to every NBA game in this NBA, but certainly in the games that they play. And I just thought we were the aggressor tonight for much of the game. even when we had a lead. I thought the guys did a really good job of keeping the foot on the gas, especially defensively. I thought we really amped it up on that end of the floor. There's a couple times where we got off track on both ends, but we were able to course correct pretty quickly. So I thought the guys did a really good job of just recognizing when we weren't where we needed to be and getting there quicker.
Joe up front.
Joe Masato, the Oklahoman. Mark, what did you think of Aaron Wiggins and just the spark he gave you guys off the bench and the rest of those bench guys as well?
Yeah, I mean, they were huge tonight. He was huge tonight. I give him a lot of credit because he was a huge part of our success this season. And in the playoffs, his role's been variant night to night, but he hangs in there. I mean, he was huge in the Game 4 win at Denver in that series, and he was massive tonight. Went in there with great confidence, didn't go in until the second quarter, and just dove right into the game. So great professionalism, great readiness, and a huge performance for us, in that situation.
Jenny?
Mark, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Obviously, there was a stretch there in the fourth where Tyrese kind of gets going. But you guys, through 3+, just really held him in check. It seemed like he maybe wasn't getting the ball to teammates, wasn't rebounding maybe as much as he did in the first game. Was that part of maybe keeping him at bay as long as you did? What did you like about your defense on him?
Yeah, I mean, they're not the type of style where you're just like keying on one player, just because of the way they play. And so they're a more conceptual team, and you have to be kind of a conceptual defense against them. And if you do that, I think it has a downstream effect on everybody against them. And so I thought we were able to do that tonight. I thought, like I said to Nick's question, the guys just really improved in a lot of like subtle areas, from game 1 to game 2, which is what you have to do in a playoff series to stay ahead of the series.
Barry over here, second row.
Yeah, Barry Trammell, Tulsa World. You played your bigs differently today in terms of the rotation. What did you like about the way Chet and Isaiah played separately and together?
They were both really good in both situations. I thought both of them gave us huge lifts on both ends of the floor. That was one area where we improved tonight, was our pick and roll coverage against their bigs. They're a different look because of the rolling, the popping, just the way they play. And I thought one area that we really improved was on the defensive end in that area of the game, and they both were great. I thought Chet in particular, he obviously had a rough offensive night in game 1. As always, he rose back up and was really, really good.
Fred Katz from The Athletic. I'm curious how you felt like your offensive process changed from game 1 to game 2, and specifically in just getting into your sets a little earlier. It seemed like you guys were a little more urgent getting into sets earlier in the clock, and how you feel like that affected you guys offensively tonight.
Yeah, they're a very distinct team. They're not just like a vanilla team. They play a very distinct style. It's part of their effectiveness. And it's both ends of the floor. They have an offensive reputation. They've been kind of branded as an offensive team, but they have a defensive identity as well that's predicated on pressure and perimeter physicality. And I just thought in a lot of areas it'd be easy to just say that one thing looked better tonight, but that would be oversimplifying. I think we were just a little bit better in a lot of different areas of execution, of pace, to your point, organization, decision making in the paint. Aggressiveness at the basket, gathering the ball. We just were a tick forward in all those areas.
On your right, Sam in the front.
Sam Amick, The Athletic. Mark, with Shea, after game 1, there was some discussion that it was a bad 38-point game, which probably speaks volumes about what he's capable of. And then you look at tonight, but speak to the bigger picture. All playoffs long, 36-5. He's kind of creeping up the history charts when it comes to the impact and his ability to meet this moment.
Yeah, unsurprising at this point. It's just kind of what he does. He just continues to progress and improve and rise to every occasion that he puts himself in and that we put ourselves in. And I thought, his floor game tonight was really, really in a great rhythm. I thought everyone played better individually, and I thought we played better collectively, and I thought that was just a byproduct. I give the team a lot of credit because that's a long 48 hours when you lose game 1 like that, coming into game 2. And the guys did a great job of just focusing on what we needed to do to stack to a win tonight, and that's how we got it. So that was individual players, collectively, offense, defense, everything.
Dan over here on the third row on the left.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Along those same lines, Jalen, 19 points, 5 of 14 shooting, but the impact overall seemed to be here from them. I'm just wondering what you're seeing in terms of the shots he's getting and then his overall floor game, the impact of that.
Yeah, he didn't get off to a great start in his first stint, and then he really settled into the game, and he's huge for us. I mean, it's all the things he brings to the game defensively, size, versatility, physicality, offensive, on ball, off ball. That floor is really high. Like we really need him every single night. And when he has the great offensive nights, then he's unbelievable. But he's a great player independent of that. And I thought he was a great player tonight. He was another guy. He took a nice step forward. I think we all just kind of calibrated to our opponent. But you have to continue to improve in a series. I mean, they're going to go home, be very comfortable. They play very well there in these playoffs. And so if we don't continue to improve, then, we'll get caught behind them.
Michael down left.
Mark, Michael Grange from Sportsnet Toronto. I think Shea had 6 assists assists to 6 different players for 3. And, fairly critical game, obviously. And what does it say about the kind of trust that exists between him and vice versa in a situation like this, that he's willing to get off the ball and let other guys kind of step up and help?
Yeah, I mean, that's been a mark of his whole season. I think that's an area. The scoring and the efficiency obviously gets a lot of shine, but he's really steadily improved as a playmaker, and he's been doing that for a long time. I thought in game 1, like I said, it was as much to do with us calibrating to the opponent and the style, which was very different from really what we've seen in these playoffs. And I thought we did a good job of that tonight. But again, we have to continue to evolve in the series. Indiana's going to do that, and we need to do that individually and collectively.
John in the middle.
Yeah, John Hollinger from The Athletic. Mark, even while keeping the same starting lineup, it seemed as you got into your bench, you stayed much bigger at the 2, 3, 4 than you were in game 1, and I was wondering what went into that decision.
Yeah, I mean, just the feedback from game 1. Like we had regular season games that we studied, and we studied their games leading into this, and then we threw out what we threw out in game 1. I thought there were a lot of good things in that. I also thought we could push a little bit in terms of size tonight, obviously, with the way that we went. So, it takes discipline, but we try to really use these early games in the series to learn, what our options are and what our trade-offs are, and not assume anything. And that was the intent tonight, is just to get a little bit more information. Now we have it. We'll apply that as we move forward in the series.
Last question in the back center.
Daniel Bell, BSO. Yeah, Mark, compared to game 1, defense seemed a little different. Not as many turnovers. Can you just talk about the differences between game 1 and tonight with the physicality, point of attack?
Our defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of that's Indiana. There's 2 teams out there, and obviously when teams play against us, they understand that taking care of the ball is critical. And so I thought game 1, first half was